When it rains, it pours. You've probably heard that before. It's an English saying which usually means that if bad things start to happen, they usually all happen in one go to a person. For example, from the news, I always got the feeling that in the US, it's always pouring because it's one tragedy after another. It will be a gunshot, it will be a tornado, it will be a hurricane. Of course, that's not true because the news almost always only portrays the bad things. That's why I try to avoid watching news. It's only bad things. But well, for us here at the farm, I've decided to use it in a good context because this harvest, it has decided to pour, but with good things. Take a look at this. This is a mango. This is one of the mangoes, and this is a mango tree that is actually filled with mangoes. This is the first sight you get as soon as you get to our farming area, where we do grow the crops on our farm. It's beautiful. Take a look at all the mangoes that the tree has. Just take a look at that. That's what the entire tree looks like. Now, it's quite crazy that I would say this as a farmer, but it reinforces my belief about crop farming, that unless you do have irrigation around, growing crepes is literally gambling. It's gambling, guys. In the past, we've had really terrible experiences planting on the farm. We've lost a lot of money when it comes to growing maize. You plant 100 acres, plant 200 acres, and you get almost nothing, simply because the rains come, and then in between there, you'll have a short dry spell that just destroys everything. And for 3 consistent planting seasons, that's what has been happening. But this time, things have been different. This time we decided that, hey, I think it's really not worth planting so much anymore. So we're going to plant as little as we can. And hey, the little we planted, this is the time that it has decided to work out. Tell me if this is not gambling. Now, apart from the mangoes that we do have over here, we also have, now guys, I don't know what this is called in English. I know it in Luganda. Here in Uganda, we call it bitaferi, It's a very beautiful fruit, very, very beautiful. It's tasty. I love it. I don't know what it is called in English. Tell me in the comment section below, what's the name of this fruit in English or in your language? A lot of people don't know it in English, but they know it in their language. So leave it in the comment section below. This one is actually ready, I can press it and it's soft, so I'm going to get it off. Yeah, this one is ready. You can see the inside there. It has some insects moving on the inside, but it's because it's ready. So this one is going to be ready for eating. I'm going to be eating this one. I love it. I love this fruit. So tell me, what is it called in your language? Also, right here, we have a jackfruit tree. This is easily my very best fruit. You can see it over there. I don't know if we have any ready ones. I'll check on them later. See if we have a ready one, and I'll cut it open for you guys to see. But it's such a sweet, tasty fruit. And over here, we do have eggplant. I don't know if you guys can see them. I'll get off one. No. Okay, so this is eggplant, and it's easily one of my very worst vegetables or foods. I've talked about this before on the channel. We ate it so much growing up that I got tired of it. Always reminds me of the hard times, so it's not something that I always love to eat. We always grow it over here, and I'm okay with other people eating it. I personally don't love it. And something crazy that a friend actually told me, a friend who is not from here, a friend who is from the UK, he told me that this is only eaten by the wealthy people in the developed countries, in the UK in particular. You won't find, poor people or broke people eating this because apparently it's healthy and it's very expensive over there. That's crazy. This is for the very poorest people over here because it's one of the cheapest, and you'll find that most people don't like it. I personally don't like it. Tell me about this eggplant. What do you think about it? Do you really love it? Would you eat it, as a normal plant, or you hate it like me? Not just besides me, it's not very, very, very desirable by too many people. But hey, it's cheap and it's nutritious, so we grow it. I personally don't love it. And right here, we've had such a lovely harvest of the watermelon. Take a look at it. Yeah. So we've turned a lot of it upside down. As you can see, this is the side that is in contact with the ground. And we noticed that some of the plants were being eaten up by insects. And you can't remove it from the garden because the moment you remove it, it will start getting spoiled. So we turned it upside down, as you can see, in the entire garden. And again, some of it has already started being eaten by insects because we have too much of it, more than we can consume. Yeah. But this is really nice. It's a bumper harvest. It's really good. Like I've said, we've had really lovely rains. as you can see here. We've had really lovely rains. In the past, we had issues where you grow it and you barely have nothing come up. But this time, crazy but true, we've actually had quite a good amount of it. It's lying around and the people are even tired of eating them. Yeah, it's lying around the entire garden. Take a look at all this. All this is watermelon and it's crazy tasty. Over here we have a sweet potato garden. Just look at the leaves. They look so lovely. It looks lovely. Of course, it has been, since it has been raining, there's been loads of weeds. So as you can see at the bottom here, a lot of the weeds have just been removed, These are weeds. In the end, these weeds are very good grass for goats and rabbits and things like that. But for the crop, it's weeds. So as you can see over there is some people who are actually doing the weeding. The sweet potatoes continue that way. So they are doing the weeding to remove the weeds from the sweet potatoes. And these sweet potatoes will act as very nice food backup for us at the farm. Growing the sweet potatoes on the farm and other foods on the farm serve as a very nice alternative to the other types of food we have. Usually, the most common food is posho. I don't know if all of you understand what posho is. It is the flour made from maize or corn. That's the most common food that is eaten over here. But things like sweet potatoes, like the watermelon, the vegetables, they provide very nice alternatives and to ensure that there is not a lot of monotony. And of course, it also decreases the cost for us here on the farm in terms of having to buy feed, because if we can get as much as we can from the farm here as possible, that would be perfect. That would be very useful. So it's a very, very nice option to have, to be able to feed ourselves with what we have over here. And guys, the maize, I feel like this is the icing on the cake, considering how much trauma and suffering we've gone through the past few years. Just take a look at this. We literally have very, very huge, combs of maize on the plant. Take a look, literally all the plants, all of them, they have very huge combs of maize. And it's hard to believe that the one time we decided to, abandon it and not plant 200, 100 acres is when it decided to grow and look very lovely. Just look at all this. Look at all this. Take a look. Take a look. Oh my God, take a look. Guys, it's turning out so nicely. So we decided to plant just 2 to 3 acres to minimize the risk for ourselves. But take a look at what we've gotten. Guys, it's crazy. It's so crazy. Very, very crazy. But yeah, that's why I feel like it's gambling, This time, of course, we don't have irrigation. We don't irrigate over here. We depend on the rain. And this time, the rains decided to be nice to us, and they offered us what we needed for us to be able to get food over here. In the past, it was literally gambling. We planted 2, 3, 4 seasons and we were getting nothing. You're literally just losing money. At this point, you reach a point where you even are not certain. Do I carry ahead and plant again? Should I really plant again? Because I don't know what the next season is going to look like. But then something like this encourages you and you're like, okay, let me plant again. Of course, it helps that we do have a lot of manure on the farm. This being a poultry farm mainly means that we have a lot of manure to be able to put into the gardens, and we can get nice harvests like this. But it also makes you wonder, is it really worth it? Is it worth the effort? Should I continue with the gambling? So yeah, that's a decision that we're going to have to make to decide whether we should continue with the season and plant again, or we should do it conservatively like this. Because if we had planted 200 acres and it had gotten a very nice harvest like this, guys, this would be too much maize. We would have quite a nice supply for ourselves and for the farm. But of course, this is nothing. This is like a drop in the ocean, but it gives you a bit of hope. So we're going to try it out and see what the results could be, yeah? But it's been very beautiful farming on the farm. This season has turned out to be very nicely, with very good results for the crops on the farm. And like I said, this time it has decided to pour nice things on us. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, smash the notification bell. That way you never miss out on an upload. Lots of love. Bye-bye.